Bevor diese Folge losgeht, möchte ich eine kurze Triggerwarnung aussprechen. Im Folgenden wird es unter anderem um Krieg und Flucht gehen. Hört euch diese Folge gegebenenfalls nicht oder nicht alleine an. Hallo zusammen, das ist der Podcast Flucht hat viele Gesichter, in dem wir mit Geflüchteten und Professionellen der Geflüchtetenarbeit sprechen, um individuellen Fluchtgeschichten Raum zu geben und diese mit einem professionellen Blick zu betrachten. Damit ihr verstehen könnt, weshalb meine heutige Gesprächspartnerin ihr Heimatland, die Ukraine, verlassen hat und nach Deutschland geflohen ist, folgt hier ein kurzer Faktencheck. Das Gespräch wird auf Englisch geführt. Die Ukraine war früher eine der 15 Republiken der Sowjetunion und wurde bei deren Auflösung ein eigenständiger Staat. Schon seit 2014 gibt es Gefechte im Osten des Landes. Dort kämpfen pro-russische Separatisten mit der Unterstützung Russlands auf der einen Seite gegen das ukrainische Militär auf der anderen. Der Streit, ob die Ukraine sich nun Russland oder der EU annähern sollte, eskalierte Ende 2013. Russland hatte die Ukraine im Vorfeld unter Druck gesetzt und mit Sanktionen versucht, eine Annäherung des wichtigen Nachbarlandes an die EU zu verhindern. Nach der Entscheidung der ukrainischen Regierung formierten sich breite Proteste, auch bekannt als Maidan-Proteste, die mehrere Monate andauerten und an denen Hunderttausende Menschen teilnahmen. Im Februar 2014 eskalierte die Situation. Es fielen Schüsse. Mehr als 100 Menschen starben. Nach den Maidan-Protesten übernahm die neue Übergangsregierung in Kiew. Einen Tag später tauchten auf der Halbinsel Krim russische Spezialtrupps auf, die strategisch wichtige Punkte der Insel besetzten. Nach einem von Russland erzwungenen Referendum wurde die Krim in Russland eingegliedert. Westliche Staaten sehen darin eine widerrechtliche Annexion. Die Annexion der Krim dauerte nur wenige Tage, der Krieg in der Ostukraine hingegen schon 8. Dort riefen pro-russische Separatisten Volksrepubliken aus, die sie von der Ukraine abspalten wollen. Seitdem gibt es immer wieder Gefechte zwischen den Separatisten und der ukrainischen Armee. Im Frühjahr 2021 begann Russland damit, Truppen an der Grenze zur Ostukraine zusammenzuziehen. Verhandlungen über eine Entschärfung des Konflikts zwischen dem Westen und Russland brachten keinen Erfolg. Am 21. Februar 2022 erkannte Russland die Volksrepubliken Donezk und Luhansk als eigenständige Staaten an und begann, diplomatische Beziehungen zu ihnen aufzunehmen. Putin ordnete daraufhin einen Militäreinsatz im Land an. Am 24. Februar 2022 startete der Angriff auf die Ukraine. Nach einem gescheiterten Blitzkrieg hat sich Russland auf den Osten der Ukraine konzentriert, auf den Donbass. Während in den ersten Kriegstagen Raketenangriffe vor allem strategische Infrastrukturen trafen, wurden in den folgenden Wochen zunehmend Schulen, Kindergärten, Hochschulen und Kultureinrichtungen angegriffen. Nach 2 Wochen Krieg fühlten sich die Bewohner und Bewohnerinnen in keinem Landesteil mehr sicher. Mehr und mehr Betroffene flüchteten deshalb innerhalb der Ukraine oder ins Ausland. Unter den Flüchtenden befinden sich meist Frauen mit Kindern, deren Ehemänner entweder bei den ukrainischen Streitkräften oder als Freiwillige und Mitarbeiter der kritischen Infrastruktur beschäftigt sind. Sie flüchten meistens mit Evakuierungstransporten aus den Kriegsgebieten. Die überwiegende Mehrheit entscheidet sich für eine Flucht nach oder durch Polen in die EU. Seit Ausbruch des Krieges bis Oktober 2022 sind rund 13,7 Millionen Menschen aus der Ukraine geflüchtet.
Then I would start with the first question. Maybe could you introduce you briefly?
Okay, I'm from Kiev. I was born in Kiev, and all my family is from Kiev. My husband and also his family is in Kiev, and all our life was in Kiev. And I hope that I will live there for all my life because I love my city. I'm 29 years old. I'm a teacher for 5 years, and I'm studying English. I'm learning English and studying, continue studying. But now I'm a teacher in secondary school. Now I'm without work, but in Ukraine I worked as a teacher, and maybe that helped me to come to another countries because I can communicate, and English is very important in each country. But it's common, so I feel better. I feel better because of knowledge of it.
Yeah.
So and now I'm here with my daughter, and maybe my mom will come soon, maybe next week if everything will be okay. So we bought tickets for her from Kiev here, and maybe we will get winter here.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Thank you so much. Can you remember like a special experience in your home country or something that you want to share? Maybe.
Okay. First of all, if to compare our country with another, we love freedom so much, and that's why maybe we have not so much different rules as here. And for me, it was more free to live there. And of course, if I was born in that country, it's for everyone it will be more free. Okay, I don't know, nothing so special I think in my life, but maybe I was the main problem of our country was that we all our life we thought that our neighbors will be our friends and everything will be okay, and then one day in 2014 it's changed, and of course minds of people also changed, and it become life a little bit harder for us, but we have everything for living, and a lot of people have their own flats, own business, for example. Of course, there are a lot of poor people, but there are a lot of rich people and people who are enough. And then one day everything was crashed, and they must go to another countries or to another cities far from the war. So it's a very strange experience for us, I think. But I love my country and I love my city, and I think that it's the best place for living.
Yeah, you always start answer like the third question, actually. It's like, would you tell me how your life has changed up to the time you had to leave?
If we can say that you can be lucky in such situation, I think that I'm lucky, because first of all, my road wasn't so hard as for many people who must wait for maybe three days between Ukraine and Poland to cross the border. And I go with my friends and by car, but it was hard, of course, to get from Kiev to the border of Ukraine, but another way wasn't so difficult, but there were two children in one car for 3 days, so it was hard, but also I'm lucky that here I meet a family who took us in their house, and they still help with everything. And I think that my situation isn't so hard as for a lot of people who still lives, for example, in different I don't know how to say it, Tonhali in German, is in schools, for example. Yeah. There are, of course, it's better than live in city where is a war and every day you can be killed. But for people it's hard because they have everything in their home, and now they must live in such situations that they don't used to live in such situation never, so it's hard for them. But as for me, I'm lucky because that family helped me, and they find flat for us, and also then government also help us a lot and different stuff. You must to wait, you must to make a lot of documents for it, but you can receive all such things, and it's a great support for us. But I think that I'm one of the luckiest person because not everyone can. Maybe because a lot of people from Ukraine don't know language, and they don't know how to communicate or how to find another information. So as for me, I think it's not so hard as I think it will be to live in different countries. But first of all, we thought that we come here for 2 or 3 weeks, and now I am half year here. So we even don't want to make different documents here because family where I lived, and I believe that maybe 1, 2, 3 weeks, and we go home for what I'm going to make these documents. If I don't want to stay here for all the time, and when the work finished, I will go home. But now, who knows when it's finished?
Yeah, did you like one point where you like realized, okay, maybe you won't come back that soon as you hoped?
I think that that yes, now I understand that maybe it's not so hard to live in another country, and a lot of people from Ukraine, for example, dream about it and how to go from small cities, from small towns or villages in Ukraine to another country and to build their life. In Poland, for example, there are a lot of people from Ukraine in Poland and Germany and so on. Now I think that maybe it will be not so hard. First of all, I think that there are a lot of people from different countries, and all my life I thought that nobody needs you in another country. You have to live where you was born, and it will be okay for you and the most comfortable place because you born here. Maybe it's because I was born in Kiev, not a small village. But here I see that there are so many different people from so many different countries, and they all feel comfortable. I think if they stay here for a long time, maybe it's will be not so difficult for me also to stay here. Maybe not for all my life, but maybe for several years.
Can you still, probably you can, remember that the first moment that you arrived in Germany, in regards of what thoughts, maybe feelings you had when you arrived?
We were driving by car, and we were in Poland, in Czech Republic. Then we turned back to Poland to take petrol, and then because it's cheaper, and then we go from Poland to Germany, and first we decided that it's like another word because everything was so during this autobahn, I think it's called, everything was so new and different stuff and no broken houses and everything was so perfect, and we thought it's another world. But when you start living here, you understand that it's not so huge difference between our countries. And we saw that, Ukraine is something poor. Okay, there are a lot of rich people, but country is poor, and we are different than a lot of countries from Europe. No, we are not so different, and I noticed that there are maybe a lot of things that for me is better than here or in other countries. So we are not so bad as we thought, and a lot of people now think that they don't, even that people wanted to go to Germany to live for their own life. Now they understand that they want to come back. Interesting.
So you compared a lot when you just first came.
Yeah, there are a lot of disadvantages and disadvantages in both countries, but it's not like this country is very good and this country is very bad. Plus minus different things. So.
Okay, so you compared a lot. And how did you feel? You felt okay? Were you curious, or were you okay, who knows what the future will bring? Feelings that you want to share, maybe.
You think I decided that if I live here, it's better not to think maybe in 2 months I will be in Ukraine. I still think, but I try to build my life here. To find a job, to go to international course, because who knows, maybe I will return, but maybe not. Who knows if it's so long time, the war is during so long time, who knows who will win in this war. And I wish to go back to Ukraine, but my free Ukraine, not...
Yeah, also then you arrived together, you and your daughter, probably, or...
I get here with my friends, and they also live with family, and one volunteer helps us to find these families. Okay. Yeah, and
so you had contact with them here in Germany?
Yes. It's not so easy to get there because of Deutschbahn. but once a week, not once a week, once a month we communicate. We communicate by phone, but we met each other. And so I have friends, and also my neighbors are very good, and that family we still are in the we're still friends, and we communicate. So I can't say that I feel alone here. No.
That's so great to hear.
Yeah.
What experience had you with the German authorities? You already said a lot of paperwork, when you came.
Yes.
It's
it's a great joke for all Ukrainian people as that documents is that in Ukraine you have maybe 3 or 4 papers, but when you come here you need to have a big like book with different papers. And now I even have 2 with more important, as I think that it's important, who knows, and less important. Yeah, a huge part of time is documents, and a lot of people from here ask me, what do you do every day if you still don't have work or German course? You are only sitting at home and waiting the end of the war? No, German government think about us and our leisure time. We do a lot of different documents, and only I think that I finished my documents, my mom will come soon and I will have next round of these documents. Yes, really very much. And also it's hard for us because in Ukraine it's quicker. Such things, we thought that it's not quickly, but now we understand that it's quicker and easier. Of course, easier because you know this language, but easier to understand. And even I ask my neighbors to help me with these documents. Even they are from Germany and they don't understand what the government wants. That's a problem, a huge problem here. But now it's like lifestyle to understand all these documents and. Maybe now it's okay for me. First time it was very hard, but now new letters, okay.
So you also
I will do it easily. Yes.
Okay. And how did you feel like people treat you there? Was everything like fine for you, or like how did you feel?
We have such special Ukrainian chat for people who are in Nuremberg now, and their experience are different. They met another people who doesn't want to live with Ukrainian near, and they say go home, why you are calm or such things, it's your problem, your country. But as for me, I didn't have such experience here. Everybody was cute and calm for me. So maybe it depends on area where do I live, because it's very calm. But experience is different, and for some people it's hard. I know such family who can't find a flat because they go from one flat because their neighbors was angry of them, and they decided to move, and now they can't find another flat. It's hard for them, so experience is different. But as for me, I can't say that something.
Okay. What residence permit do you have? When you come here, you have like different permits to stay.
Oh yeah.
And also depends where you're from.
Yeah, I was lucky, and I find a family who, from the car, they put me in their flat, and I don't need to live in another different tents or such things where a lot of people live. And I live with family, and they give us everything that we need, and their neighbors give everything that we need. But for example, my parents-in-law also are here, and they live for 3 days. They live in the gym of school. Yeah, and for them it was hard for people. But first 2 months I even don't register here, and I don't take anything from government because I don't need anything, and I hope that I will go home soon for what. But now it's okay, and job center give us, I think, enough money for living. Maybe it's not for all Ukrainian people. I can't say that I was very rich in Ukraine, and for me this money is okay. For another people, they say that it's not okay, and it's better for them to find job or to return even to Ukraine and earn money there if it's okay with their work. So, but as for me, in such view, everything is. Everything is clear and everything is okay.
And how long are you allowed to stay? For example, some people they get denied immediately. Some people they can stay for like a particular time, let's say 1 year or whatever.
Okay. The problem was that I get the permission for living here. It's like a document that I can live here. You mean this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it for near 2 years. But there was a problem with my daughter. Also, there is a problem of of documents, because nobody knows the full information and nobody can tell you the full information. And even we communicate with another people from Germany who come from Ukraine, Germany. They also don't know the right information because everything is different. We try to share experience, but no, it's this city, in this city is different. Even in this time, 1 month, we make such document. I told my mate that how can she make everything, and she come and no, it's completely different in 1 month. Everything changed, and a lot of people, for example, get such permission for their children without any problem. For us, it also says, okay, we will make a plastic card for your daughter, and then they write me letters that no, you need you need her own passport for it. And to make here passport, it's something unreal. Yeah, and for example, I have this permission, and my daughter has only, it's called Fiktionsbescheinigung, such previous card, and it's not for 2 years, it's for 1 year. My friends get it for their child for half year. They had permission for 2 years, but their child has for 1 year. What does it mean? Yeah.
Probably then you have
to make it longer. Yes, of course. But it's logical that why can you make this document, but for 2 years, and people mustn't go there and waste your time, for example, for making the new one. Yeah, that's a problem here, and I think that. Maybe it was a new experience to take Ukrainian people here, because it's a little bit different that, for example, another people from another countries where they come, and maybe they don't know how to do it more correctly. But some things are, I think, for us so easy, but no. Yeah, so for 2 years, and if I'm right, he says that if the war will continue for 1 year more, I can make it longer for 1 year more. But maybe next month something changed. Who knows?
Yeah. And did you get permission to work immediately? Or what
yes, but usually if you want to work, you need to learn a language. I know that there are a lot of people from Poland working here, and they also take Ukrainian people to work with them because it's easier to communicate. But you need to find such people who are agreed to take you without German language. And some of them says that maybe English, but you have to learn German, and it's okay. I understand that it must be like this, but to find any work here without language is very hard. And the same as for me, even if I would like to work a teacher for Ukrainian children, they have such, it's called Willkommen Klassen, I think. It's like before German schools, they have special classes. I also need to learn a little bit German to communicate with other people, with other children. So you can have a job, and a lot of people find job here, but it's not so easy as it was for us in Ukraine because of language, first of all. And for example, there are in job centers, they told me that it's okay that I have 2 diplomas, like translator and like teacher, and they can how to say it. They can say that it's okay for German to use these diplomas, but it's a lot of time. Everything took a lot of time and language, first of all. So you have, but it's hard to find a job here. Yeah. Especially for people who would like not to work in very simple job or building or in nursery house or such things. And I understand them because all the time they work for their diplomas, for example. Yeah, and it's hard to change their life and to start making. Even, for example, if I wish to work like a waitress, I can't because I can't do such work. I will try, but it's not mine.
You're a teacher.
Yes.
I'd like to change something in the procedure, like the German system for all of this, according to your experience, of course.
Of course. I think that that first of all, the main problem is that I told before that nobody knows all steps of making all the documents. If, for example, you come to job center and they says that for making all documents you need this, and this. But nobody told this because a lot of people who are working there don't know what to do next, or they say something and another day come to another person and he or she told me completely different things, and it seems like nobody communicate with each other in one department, for example. Nobody communicate with each other and don't share information with each other because you come and each person has their own idea, and there are not rules. It's strange to say that in Germany there are not rules, but no straight instruction what to do, for example.
So it seems like for you that they don't work together.
Yes, like team. Yes, and the same I noticed in shops or supermarkets. When you ask person, do you know where is pasta, for example? They don't know because they work with meat, and they even don't care where is pasta in the supermarket. And the same is, I think, in all departments of Germany, that they don't work like a team, because for us it's normal to know where you work, everything about this work. And I noticed here, maybe it's only my experience, but I noticed such things.
Yeah. Okay. Next question would be, I mean, you already told a lot about it. How can I imagine like current life here in Germany? Like your day to day, maybe. I mean, you already told us a lot. You're waiting that your mom will come? Yes.
It's okay that a family where I live, they find for us not big, but 3 rooms flat. And it's okay that I registered in this flat my mom, and I will become he will be there. So I find a place, not I, but family where I live, everything that connect with me, that family made. And they find a place for my daughter in kindergarten, and I think that also it's okay for her because she can communicate with another children, and maybe if we have to live here for a longer time, she also must learn German to communicate with people, and maybe she will go to school even here. So who knows, it's okay that she can communicate with children, and from 15th of September we will get this. Another experience to go to kindergarten. But every day I don't know. I can't say that I have rest here because every day I need to do something. I understand that it's all for me, and it's if I do this, it will be better for me. For example, to find different staff job center make us such special vouchers for different things. But you need to find these things, to choose these things, and it's hard without card to get to such shops. And every day I have what to do. So I even first time I think, maybe with €9 ticket I can travel somewhere in Germany to look something, to watch something interesting. No, I have no time. I have documents. So I hope that maybe with my mom it will be not so difficult, because it will be second time, I hope. Yeah, but I can't imagine how, for example, this half year I will be with my daughter and work and learn languages in course. So because there is no so much time here to make everything.
It's a lot together.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. And the last question already would be, what do you wish for your future?
Okay. First of all, I wish to come back home. And in calm and peaceful place. But I think that it will be okay for me to live here maybe for a year or two, to get maybe experience. Maybe I will find a job like in school or language school here, and to have more experience and to take something this experience to our country and to change something better in our system. Especially of education. I heard that in Bavaria there is very good, the best education in Germany, and I think that maybe I can get some experience here and it can be useful for my country, first of all.
So your end goal is like to return, take the experience
Yes.
with you?
Yeah, to learn language. I studied Germany at school and then 1 year in university, so it's not so hard for me to learn it, I think. Yeah, and it will be better that I will come back with not only English but German too. And yes, I think it's now I more calmer because I think okay, it's my experience to live here and then to come back.
Yeah. Do you feel like in the whole, let's say, like community, Ukrainians, everyone shares the same mindset, like, okay, we really want to go back and
Of course, Ukrainian people are different. I think, like in all countries, you have different people. Yeah, and there are such people who has everything in Ukraine, and of course they want to come back. But for example, one of my, I can't say friend, but it's. Okay, it will be friends. She also come to Germany and she wants to stay here, for example, because here she understands she has more opportunities for living and for her daughter, and she has no husband. For example, my husband in Ukraine, and I want to live with him anyway here or there, but she has no husband, and she decided that it's okay for her. Nothing. She didn't left anything in Ukraine, and for her it's okay to move and to live here. And other people, of course, they miss their homes, they miss their houses, they work, and but they are afraid of the war. And especially a lot of people who has children, they're afraid to come back. Now I see that a lot of people from here come back to Ukraine if it comes in, how we can say come, but not so hard that it was, for example, when we left Ukraine. And they decided that for them it's easier to live in a country where there is a war, but not to live in different countries, different culture, different language. I think it's depends of your how do you adapt. Yeah. But a lot of people have already returned because for them it's easier to live there than here. As for me, I'm scared to live with, especially if I was alone. Okay, I will go there. I will not go here even. I stay there in Ukraine. But because of my child, I'm afraid of her, and I decided to go.
Yeah, understandable. If you have anything more you want to share,
I think it's enough information.
Yeah. No, great, but that was the last question.
Okay.
Das war die erste Folge unseres Podcasts Flucht hat viele Gesichter. Wenn es euch gefallen hat, dann hört euch doch auch die anderen Folgen an und lasst uns ein Feedback in den Kommentaren da. Vielen Dank fürs Zuhören.